I'm really proud of our group. Came out with a lot of energy. Did an excellent job on the defensive end for most of the ball game, making things tough for them, and that was our challenge. That's what we talked about. And everybody that got in the ball game contributed in a big way. Certainly defense has been and will always be our identity. I thought they played incredibly well together and connected on both ends of the floor, and it's a big first win for us.
For either DB or AT, could you guys what was it like to see Dijonai's defense, specifically in that first half against Clark?
Now, Maggie, why do you always split it up? Just ask her. No. Neither of y'all want to talk about me? Yeah! Nah, Nay's huge. We knew what she was capable of. This is what we expect from her, but to take on that job and to play it at that high level and do things on both ends, we're proud of her, but don't get too big-headed.
Thanks, AT.
DV.
Oh, you want me to answer?
Oh, no, sorry. I got it. For you, you've kind of quietly become the 5th leading scorer in WNBA history. Just what did it mean to you to hit that milestone, especially in the first game of the season like this?
It was huge. It was a goal of mine after we lost last season. But to do it here on this night with this team, with this group, with this crowd, our fans, it just made it even more special. I wish my babies could have been here because that was the only thing missing. But, man, I don't know, I guess I'd credit Alyssa for, 8, 9 of those assists. So but it was just huge, and goal of mine that I can check off my list. It just says a lot because to be in this league is hard. To stay in this league is even harder. And to be part of that list is just, I don't know, it's amazing. Kind of pat myself on the back for that one.
DeWanna, another question for you. Do you run out of words to describe AT? Coming out with a triple-double to start the season. I know it's what you've seen her do for so long, but how would you describe her impact tonight?
Oh, man. I don't know. I guess I am out of words. It's just, she does a lot for this team. Now this is my favorite story. We actually had a practice without her like the other day. And it was probably one of the worst practices we had, so we know how much she means, to this team. But to come back and pick up where she left off, for me personally, I felt like a lot of people felt like last season was a fluke and it wasn't going to happen again this season. For her to set the tone and that wasn't a fluke, I'm back. That's just huge of her. So proud of her. I think the whole team is, and we brought her back. She got us going, and that's what she do.
Congratulations on the win, guys. Alyssa, for you, knowing that this was going to be a game with a lot of eyes on it, I know you've talked about, the attention and trying to make sure that your accomplishments line up with how people see you. Did you view this as an opportunity to be able to do that in front of a particularly large audience?
I took the audience out of it. I think for us it's, year 11 for me, another first game, and just the opportunity to have a playoff crowd, and, having that kind of fan base behind us, it's always a lot of fun. If it fuels me, I feed off of it, but nothing changes for me. I approach the game either way, whether there's no one watching or everybody in the gym watching. I think that's what I want to set the standard as for my game, that, it doesn't matter. This is who I am.
Over here. AT, DB just talked about, you not wanting to prove that last year was a little bit of a fluke. I guess what is motivating you at this point in your career, and is that something, wanting to prove that, last year was not an aberration? Is that something that is top of mind as you approach the season?
I mean, like she said, I think people think it was a fluke to put up those kind of numbers, something that was never seen before. It was unheard of, but this is my game. This is how I play each and every night. I think pretty much every game last season I flirted with the triple-double. So a lot of credit goes to my teammates. They make it easy for me. They hit the shots. I just put it where it needs to go. So as much as it's about me, it's also about them, because none of it is possible.
Hi, Dijonai. It looked like you took your defensive assignment pretty personally tonight. At one point, it looked like you even did the "you can't see me" move. No?
I missed that. Me too.
So tell me about what motivated you, and in particular, did all the attention that Caitlin Clark has gotten factor into your energy tonight?
You know, you always come in excited the first game of the season, but I felt like, you know, my teammates and my coaches put a lot of trust in me. And obviously I came off the bench last year. I started this year, so I just felt like, you know, when my teammates trust me and they put that faith in me, it gives me a lot of confidence. And, you know, they've been in my ear all week and all through training camp. And this is what they expect from me every night, whether it's Caitlin or whether it's whoever we're playing. So, you know, this is the expectation. This is the standard.
Alyssa, you mentioned that, you know, you feed off the crowd and that fuels you to the triple-double. Did that feel heightened today, and do you expect that to continue throughout the season with crowds like this?
I don't know. Hopefully it continues. But yeah, it fuels me. You know, we always have a great fan base here that loves and supports us. And yeah, we feel it. I feel it. I've been here, going on 11 years. So they've been rocking with me from day one. And I appreciate them. And that's one of the reasons why we have one of the best home records in the league is because of them. And like I said, without them too, none of this is possible.
Dijonai, just wanted to quickly ask, when you went back to the locker room, did you just tweak something? Was it like a...
You're getting old.
You're getting old, or was it a cramp or something?
Nah, I just caught some mean cramps in both calves. It was crazy, actually. Yeah, so I gotta hydrate better, so that's on me. Less coffee.
Players, you're all set.
Again, with questions for Coach.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you a little bit about Bree Jones, what you saw from her. I know she was coming off of a lengthy absence last season.
Yeah, you know, I thought she was really good. You could tell early she was rushing a little bit, you know, missed a couple of easy ones. So we wanted to be intentional when we brought her back in the game about going to her and getting her going a little bit, having her see the ball go through the net, gain some confidence. But, you know, the things that she does that don't show up on the stat sheet, the communication on defense, the plug in the gaps and being in the right place on-ball screen defense, taking away bodies on the offensive end so somebody else can come in and get an offensive rebound. I mean, she just does so many connecting things for our team outside of just scoring the basketball, and so it's huge to have her back. You know, we certainly missed her, and you know, put a smile on my face to see her out there again. Yeah, I mean, I expect her to. You know, Breezy's a starter in this league, and you know, she's experienced. She understands what it takes. She uses her experience to her advantage. To my left.
Yeah, Steph, you've been with AT for over a year now. From what you see, are there nights where she has more of an edge than other nights? Was tonight one of those nights, or is this really just a consistent level for her?
This is who she is. I mean, she's one of the most elite competitors I've ever been around. You know, and the only other competitor that I can compare her to is Tamika Catchings. Just that level of competitive spirit every day. Doesn't take a play off. We'll run through a wall. We'll do whatever it is that's needed. Sacrifices her body. You know, that's who she is. And that doesn't change no matter the opponent. It doesn't change whether it's a back-to-back. It doesn't change. It's who she is. And you know, it's not a surprise to any of us that she keeps putting up these numbers. It's not a surprise to any of us that she does what she does on a nightly basis. You know, she's one of the best players in this league, one of the best players in the world.
Coach, front row to your left.
Hey, Coach. Was it an automatic for you to have Dijonai shadow Caitlin Clark, or is that something from watching film of how teams have guarded her in the past that you did that and had the right person doing it?
It was an automatic because that's what Nay does. You know, she's an elite defender. The challenge for Dijonai is now doing it for longer periods of time. You know, she mentioned it. She came off the bench a year ago and always gave us a lift, always gave us energy, always checked the opposing team's best perimeter player. And it was Tiffany Hayes, and it was her. So this is what we expect from her. The growth from her to be able to come into the starting lineup, to be able to understand that expectation and be able to do it consistently is the challenge. And she did that here tonight. This was step one for her. And she's going to have that challenge every night on the opponent's best perimeter player.
Ty and Dijonai both had some clutch moments for you guys tonight. I mean, just how did you feel like the two of them fared making their first starts in this kind of atmosphere?
I thought they were great. You know, Ty knocked down some big shots, and Ty struggled from the floor in the exhibition game. You know, so I was really proud of her in the way that she bounced back. Nay as well. You know, oftentimes it's tough when you're asked to defend the opponent's best player to then find your offensive rhythm. Sometimes that's hard, and I thought that Dijonai did a terrific job. She made the right reads. She made the right plays, didn't play outside of herself on either end of the floor. She stayed incredibly disciplined on defense. And again, we're gonna need that from her on a consistent basis.
One more from the room, and then we'll go to Zoom for a question. Howard?
Coach, real quick, just Mariah Jefferson, what you saw from her, but also I wanted to talk to you about Alyssa Thomas, seeing somebody who, there was a sequence early fourth where she missed a shot, got her own rebound, finished it. A couple plays later, she's guarding Caitlin. You know, how significant was it for you? You talked about the growth of women's basketball at this time, for AT to be seen in this game specifically.
It was really significant. You know, we know that the fans of the WNBA who have been around for a while know exactly the type of player that she is. You know, for us to introduce her to a new audience, introduce her versatility, her competitive spirit, you know, the way that she approaches the game, you know, her professionalism. You know, it was big. You know, it was exciting. It was one of the most exciting things for me that I wanted to happen tonight. You know, she's going to make the right play. We can match her up on anybody in that situation. Dijonai was out of the ball game. I didn't like our guard matchups, and so I told AT she was going to guard Caitlin Clark. And she's like, okay, right? Like, she just does it. And I think it's one of the benefits of having a player like her. She can play all 5 positions. She can do it at an elite level. She's not afraid of any challenge, and she raises the level of our team's competitive nature. And Mo, I thought Mo did well. You know, it was hard for us to get her in there at certain periods of time. She's working her way back and hasn't really been in a lot of practice flow yet. I wanted to get her in a little bit more, but the game just didn't play out like that. But I thought she did a good job when she was in there. She knocked down a big shot for us. I mean, that was a huge shot. She's going to work her way back, and she's going to get more time. You know, I just wasn't able to get it done tonight.
We're going to turn to Zoom for one. Lindsay, go ahead.
Yeah, she does a lot of things in practice that show us that she's an elite defender. You know, the challenge, the thing that I always tell her is she's got to be an elite disciplined defender. You know, she went for the steal the one time and she got it. You know, but staying disciplined to the coverage, staying disciplined, you know, through multiple screens with multiple levels of effort when things don't always go your way. And again, that's part of growing into a starting role, is the consistency of it. And that's going to continue to be her challenge, but she's ready for the challenge. I mean, this was an opportunity for her. She knew it was an opportunity for her coming into the starting lineup, and she's taken it. You know, some players just wait for the opportunity and then they think it's going to be theirs, and they don't just take it. She's taken it, and she's taken ownership of it.
Last question, Coach, front row to your right.
Steph, turning over both Caitlin Clark, but also the team as a whole, the Fever, they had 25 turnovers. For your defense as a whole, like, how is that so important, just setting the tone, and what was working well to allow you guys to really throw them out of their defense or their offense?
Well, when you have the two of AT and Dijonai, you know, setting the tone just with their energy, with their effort, with their ability to be active defenders, I mean, it really does set the tone for everybody else to follow. But that's our identity. I think we led the league in forced turnovers or points off of turnovers or something a year ago. You know, I wasn't always pleased with our weak side getting to some of those. I think we could have had more. But I felt like we had timely ones when they were making a run, when we needed to get stops, and then that allowed us to go on a run. So, you know, it's what we do. I don't think we're a high-risk, high-reward team. I think we're very strategic about the opportunities for us to turn people over. But when you've got elite defenders, you know, you get those opportunities throughout the course of the game naturally.
Coach, thank you.
Thank you.